and welcome to the first episode of the Second Take podcast, where we will be discussing and debating our views on sports, music, and just life in general. For the first 2 weeks, you'll see different faces in each episode because there's actually 7 of us, but since we don't want it to be too cramped in each episode, and we all have varying knowledge on each topics, you're only going to see 4 or 5 of us in each episode. So I guess the first topic that we want to discuss is how's it been for you guys having sports back? Because it's been I think, at least for the NBA and the MLB, it's been the longest gap without any games in the history of each respective league. So how's it been for any of you guys having sports back?
Well, it's been nice. I felt like a part of my soul was missing without sports, and now it's back.
Yeah.
No, but it's cool. It's dope.
Kind of what off Alex was just saying. Before the baseball season started, I was watching my Cleveland baseball team, or the Indians, but we're going to get renamed, in preseason when none of the starters were playing, in bottom of the 8th against the Pirates. I loved every second of it. I watched it so intensely, like it was a playoff game, just because I didn't realize how starved all of us actually were for any type of sports whatsoever. And yeah, it's really nice and seeing the scrimmages from the NBA. My Indians are 4-1 right now as of this recording. The Dodgers are only 2-2, by the way.
Okay,
About to be 3-2.
About to beat the Astros.
About to be 3-2.
That's gonna be nice.
All right.
Gonna beat the Asterisks.
All right.
Yeah,
Teddy, you got
for
anything
me-
to say about this? Oh, Jacob, go ahead.
For me, it's just been great to watch every single game played. I haven't watched that much of my Clippers yet because they've only really been in exhibition games,
And they suck ass.
in there. But I've watched
just suck,
every
sorry.
Dodger game. It's been nice. It's usual. It's frustrating, but it's been so great to watch them play again.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So sports has been missing for a while. It's obviously a big part of all of our lives, I think. So I know that at least I've been filling the void with sports video games, playing a lot of 2K, that type of stuff. But having the NBA and the MLB back is really great. Seeing all the young players in the scrimmages showing out is really fun to watch as well. Bol Bol going off, Caruso. Yeah.
Yeah, Bol Bol's a future MVP.
Bol Bol fell
We'll
to
see about that.
4th pick, and everyone will. Oh, he was actually drafted by Miami and then was traded to the Nuggets for, I believe, cash considerations. Don't mark me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's
Nuggets,
true. I
Michael
think.
Porter Jr. and Bol Bol are the pick and pot duo of the future, along with Jaren Jackson Jr.
All right, bold prediction from Jacob in the
predictions.
future.
Very bold. That's pretty
I
bold.
would say
right
Bol
there.
Bol's next Giannis, but just can shoot.
All
That's
right. Well,
Like a
while we're
shooter.
on the topic of basketball,
Kristaps
I
with
guess
handles.
a pretty broad question here. Who do you guys have in the chip?
Oh,
know
man,
it's
that's
different.
I
You
feel
know
like
I
it's
got my
every-
Lakers, man.
Exactly.
I know.
Teddy just
That's
just said
that's
it.
I think.
The East doesn't matter. The East does
I
not
mean, you
matter.
gotta have
We're
someone,
beating
right?
anyone.
East who? Am I right?
Heat, sleeper pick though.
Oh,
Just in
okay.
case something goes down with the Lakers, maybe AD goes down.
Well, I'm not saying who's gonna. I'm
Please
gonna say
don't
who do you
happen,
think
but-
is gonna be in the chip, not necessarily.
Oh.
Oh, who's gonna be in the chip?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Bucks, Lakers, right? That's
Yeah, I mean it's got to be Bucks Lakers unless
You know
something
what? I've been
unforeseen
doing
happens.
a lot of research on this, but I think it's gonna be Lakers, 76ers.
that's
Hear
true.
me out. Hear me out.
I see that.
Brett Brown said in Orlando that they're switching Ben Simmons to power forward, which he should have been for a long time, and putting
Yes,
Shake
definitely.
Milton at point guard. But another fact is that the 76ers have the worst road percentage win in the East of all playoff teams by far. And the only teams that are worse than them, even not in the playoffs on the road, are I think Atlanta, Detroit, and the Knicks. But at
which
home,
none of them are in Orlando
yeah,
at
obviously,
all.
yeah.
Yeah.
But they
Because
are
they're
29-2 at home. And
That's
you could
pretty
also
good.
see with the 76ers last year that you could see because they're so young and inexperienced, like when they're in Toronto, that messed them up. Like that got in their head. When they're in Boston, that got them messed up. So even when they're in Brooklyn, remember they lost a game in Brooklyn to that horrible somehow playoff Nets team. So that's
Is this the
my sleeper
Bucks?
pick, 76ers.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I actually have my Clippers
Oh,
and
ha!
and the Toronto Raptors back in the NBA Finals.
Okay, Jacob's on
I
drugs.
think
Just to give you a heads up.
No.
Explain.
okay. I think that
It's not
Marc
inconceivable.
Gasol and Pascal Siakam stopping Giannis, who still we don't know how well he's shooting, and they destroyed Giannis last year. Yes, they had Kawhi. Yes, they had Danny Green, but that Raptors team is so well.
They didn't
coached.
destroy
They're
it.
so well disciplined. If it's the Bucks, you know what? They beat them, and it's that Raptors team is so well coached and so well disciplined. I think, obviously, the favorite is the Bucks, but I think the Raptors have a great chance of getting back to the finals. Also,
That is a good
The Rap-
point. Also because of playoff experience, which,
Yes, playoff
by the way, the
experience.
Lakers. Wait,
We have seen
the Lakers roster has a lot of playoff experience. Like a lot.
23 finals appearances
Yeah.
by the entire Lakers
Yep.
roster. That's
You know, I
insane.
saw that on my Explore page as well,
Yes,
Max.
sir.
Yeah.
I also want to say that the Raptors
know.
are probably going to lose to the Celtics in the semifinals.
That is a bad matchup for this Raptors. I
That's a
gotta
bad
admit.
match for
I
them.
get that.
But
I get
feel
that.
like,
But guys,
I feel like if the
J-Tay
Tatum gonna
Raptors
cook
are
up.
is gonna
able
go
to
off
make
on
it
them.
out of that Celtics matchup, I love the Raptors against the Bucks.
Guys, playoff
do too.
Jaylen Brown, playoff Jason Tatum. Come on now.
Okay, but
Alright.
you can't forget about the Heat though. You know, Jimmy Butler's got that Mamba mentality, bro.
No, he
Jimmy
doesn't, bro.
Butler-
Jimmy
Jimmy
Butler goes-
So does
No.
Bam. So does
No.
Bam.
Jimmy Butler shot
No.
24% from 3 this year.
Yeah,
That's gonna work in
Yeah.
a
Mamba
slow
mentality.
paced.
but he's got that Mamba mentality though.
He,
Can I say
he
something
does
like-
work hard.
Okay. Can I say some of my Orlando predictions?
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
Alex.
Okay, watch this. So, first one is someone will get injured. In general.
Someone big? Oh, just anyone? Just anyone?
Okay, but okay, that's
Good
a safe
prediction.
one. But okay, but the Pelicans will get the 8th seed first of all.
Yeah,
That's-
definitely. It's
that's
because
very
it's
good.
rigged. It's because it's rigged.
JaVale McGee will almost reach, or I would say 800,000 subscribers on YouTube. And
Maybe he'll hit a milli if they win the championship, though.
Luka will sit
be
out of the
crazy.
game because of a back injury.
Okay.
Wait,
I
I
have
Spasms.
Teddy. You on. You have
I'm
some
gonna
bold
just
predictions
propose-
for Orlando.
have you guys have been watching the vlogs like JaVale's and Matisse's?
Yeah.
Who hasn't, right?
I
I feel like
personally
everyone
have not
has.
seen them, but I feel like
Really?
I heard that
Oh!
they're really entertaining.
They're good.
They are really. You should binge watch them tonight.
I
There's
don't,
like
because you guys aren't really part of the travel basketball scene. It looks like a really, really high budget AAU tournament.
yeah.
Like one of the most liked
mean, I'm not-
comments
yeah.
on one of JaVale's vlogs is that, and I couldn't agree more. But
Who do you
I
think
guess,
is the better vlogger though?
I think Matisse is
Matisse
more
is,
talented,
yeah.
but there's no way JaVale edits those by himself. I think JaVale.
Yeah.
No
I think
chance.
he pays someone, or yeah.
But Matisse edits them himself, which is
Yeah,
super
which is
impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
JaVale
'cause-
has
I mean,
that money,
you know,
too.
Did you
like
see
in that one
Danny
episode
Green
where
is
he did
learning
the-
Spanish.
I did. I did see
Eduardo?
that
Nap cuts.
with
Ooh.
Eduardo. You know.
Let me give you 2 reasons why the Lakers about to take this ship, okay? Stacy, 1, and Eduardo, 2.
Stacy's the goat.
Stacy is
Stacy
the
is the goat.
Well,
Who do the Clippers have? Nobody.
And Eduardo's gonna teach the whole Lakers team Spanish, so no one is gonna be able to understand them on the court.
Facts.
It's gonna be unmatched communication.
facts.
It's crazy.
All right.
Okay, I have
So
some
now we're
bold
on the
predictions
topic.
for Orlando as well.
Oh,
Along with
oh.
Alex.
Go ahead.
First bold prediction: Jason Tatum has an insane playoffs. Second thing, I think that the Celtics, along with Jason Tatum, I think the Celtics are another great pick in the East. I personally think that the East is so wide open. I don't think the Bucks can make it to the finals. I just don't trust the Bucks. Third, I think that the Pelicans will take the Lakers to a 7-game series. I think the Lakers will win, but I think the Pelicans can give them a run for their money.
bro.
Okay.
Yeah,
What are you
that's
saying?
stupid.
All right, hold on.
Okay.
Off that.
Wait, I
actually have
Okay, go on.
I have the Trailblazers taking the 8 seed because I think Lillard is about to go mambo on them.
I was
Bro.
just about to
And
talk
I
about
think
that.
they will take the Lakers to 6 games.
I think
And I consider myself on the Lakers side of the Lakers-Clippers argument.
Well, Dame cooked them in the regular season.
Exactly.
See that?
Yeah.
Like,
Wait,
and
can I say something real quick
Yeah,
about
let's hear it.
Dame and the Blazers? So you know that stretch, like I forget, was it in December or maybe January where he scored like
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
he averaged like 45 over a period of like 7 games or something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I feel like if he could do that then, because he was pushing for the 8th seed then, like that's why he was just like going off every game. I feel like he might just do the same thing, and like
actually,
even though the NBA is like sort of rigging the playoffs to get Zion in at the 8th seed, like, you know, giving them like the easiest schedule and all that, I feel like Dame might go beast mode and just overcome it all and make
also,
it to the 8th seed.
considering
Bold
Lakers injuries
Avery
and
Bradley also.
shoot, my Siri just triggered.
He's one-
Considering the
Avery
Lakers
Bradley was one of
injuries and opting out, Avery Bradley, Rondo, those are the 2 prime matchups for Dame on defense.
Yeah.
Because LeBron is not going to guard Lillard. Like, I watched
Caruso.
LeBron in the playoffs.
Caruso
will
is gonna
lock
guard
him up,
Lillard,
bro.
He
3 and
will-
D.
Caruso is a lockdown.
Caruso.
3 and D.
What'd you
No.
say?
He will torch Caruso.
That's not true.
I
That
mean,
is true.
dude, Dame's
I
gonna
just
torch
say
anyone.
Danny Green.
Dame's
maybe
gonna torch
Danny
anyone.
Green. Maybe Danny Green.
Yeah, Danny Green.
But
Maybe Danny Green.
If we hold him below 35, I'll be happy. 35 a game.
points,
Yeah.
though.
yeah, the only reason I like the Pels against more than I like the Blazers against the Lakers is because I feel like to beat the Lakers, you really have to do as much as you can to stop the LeBron AD pick and roll, which is literally the best 2-man game in basketball, and it's probably the best in the past since Kobe and Shaq, honestly.
Can I say?
And
Yeah.
I
Fair
think
assessment.
that the Pelicans, I think Zion can move well enough to switch in between those guys and maybe get up a contest, and they also have the length with Lonzo Ball out on the perimeter.
Bro, Zion.
You don't
no.
understand AD.
He's
Lakers
not
are
gonna
big-
lock
You
him
just
up,
don't
but
understand
he
AD.
can
Whoa,
get-
whoa, whoa.
He can get some stops. He's a highly rated defender in the NBA, and he has
Do you
great
really see?
length.
Time out. Do you really see Zion dunking on Dwight Howard
No,
JaVale
not
McGee.
dunking.
No,
him,
not
on
on offense,
offense.
on defense,
Not
on
on
defense.
offense. I'm talking
On
about
defense?
Obviously, the Blazers are the better offensive team against the Lakers.
Bro,
but
we
I feel
have
like
the
the
cook-
Blazers can't match up against the Lakers.
the chef himself, J.R. Smith? Now, okay?
Dude.
You're not ready.
J.R.
In
Smith,
addition-
Deion Waiters, Danny Green, Caruso.
In addition to Lillard being unguardable by the Lakers right now, they also have a healthy Yusuf Nurkic and Hassan Whiteside. That's a
Yeah,
lot of rim
that's
protecting
big.
It's true.
That's
against
big.
not a great shooting Lakers team. I mean, it's improved from last year for sure, but like they're still not hitting at the clip that I think. I mean, just because I'm a Cavs fan, at like the clip that Cleveland was hitting them when LeBron was there, because that's him posting up, getting double teamed, swinging corner to a Kyle Korver, a J.R. Smith, a
Kevin
Kyrie, Kevin Love. Exactly. Like, it's unguardable.
I have a question for the group. What do you guys think are going to be the final standings of the Western Conference and Eastern Conference?
I have it written down
Okay.
if you want.
I
Okay,
can
so
read.
got-
I have it pulled up right now.
Okay, so I got 1 Lakers,
Mhm.
2 Nuggets, 3 Clippers, because I think the Clippers are going to drop a little bit because of the outside distractions.
Mhm.
4 Jazz, 5 Mavericks, 6 Rockets, 7 Thunder, and 8 Trailblazers.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay, I'll go through mine. I have Lakers 1, Clippers 2, Nuggets 3, Jazz 4, Rockets 5, Thunder 6, Mavs 7, and Pelicans 8. So mine's probably more right, I would say, but
Okay.
it's all good.
Okay, I'll go. So I think it's gonna be 1 Lakers, 2 Clippers, 3 Nuggets, 4 Rockets,
Ooh.
5 Thunder, 6 Jazz, 7 Mavericks, 8. I think it's a toss-up between the Blazers and the Pelicans, but I think Dame might pull it out. So I'm
Hey,
gonna say
Sacramento.
Blazers.
Sacramento. Maybe.
I'm not, bruh.
No.
Bruh.
No. The,
Bruh. That's all I'm gonna say. But I think that the Rockets, James Harden, he might be in cook-up mode.
In a slow down pace playoff game, the Rockets' small ball will hurt them rather than help them. Because in D'Antoni's 7 seconds offense, it's just get a shot up as quick as possible. Give it to Russ and Harden, let them do work. I think that is probably one of the, if not the best 1-2 backcourt punch in the playoffs right now. And I think they're going to be virtually unstoppable in the ISO, but they're going to get no boards. Robert Covington is running the power forward, who is, I believe, 6'7".
He's
PJ
good in
Tucker,
2K, though.
That's true. But PJ Tucker
6'5".
6'5".
Yeah,
6'5".
and he's playing center.
He's playing center. Like, I know
Crazy.
that bulldog mentality that he may have may take him a while. But at the end of the day, he's too slow, too old. He cannot even guard, I think, Whiteside, for example. And here, I'll just go up the list to see the other playoff teams, their centers. So Trailblazers, Whiteside, Nurkic, no. Thunder, Steven Adams. He doesn't have a hugely refined offensive game, but he's still too big, too strong.
That dude is.
Yeah. Mavericks,
He also
Porzingis.
has tags.
Porzingis or Dwight Powell.
Yeah.
For Jazz, Gobert, obviously. And then Clippers, Trez, Zubac. Nuggets.
Clippers, I think the Clippers is where the Rockets might thrive.
They did beat them in the regular season, a close game, like when Harden had that nasty step back on Pat Bev.
Oh
That
my
was pretty
God.
nice.
And
No.
Paul George, both of them.
I
Both
didn't
of
see the
them.
one against Paul George.
That
I
was a
was not
push
No,
watching
it was the
it.
same
That was a
play.
push-off.
Same play.
I see
I'm gonna
it.
go with my Western Conference. I have Lakers 1, Clippers 2, Nuggets in 3rd, and then I have the Thunder moving up to 4th.
Yeah, no, that's
Over the
delusional.
Jazz. Thunder have the best. I'm sorry, Rockets fans. Watch out, Thunder backcourt. I love the Thunder backcourt so much.
Could we just say Jacob's a Clippers fan? He's still delusional about Chris Paul.
And Shea Gal and
Shy.
Shea.
Shy.
Shea.
It's shy, bro.
I don't think that.
This really
Um,
matters.
Okay.
Maybe
doesn't matter.
Okay, wait, go
Jazz
on,
will
go
have
on,
on
dude.
the show.
5. Also, Jazz have chemistry. I question their chemistry. Rockets
Yes.
in 6, Mavs in 7, and Pelicans in 8.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I
What
just?
about, should we do East? Should we do the East?
Oh yeah. Let's do
There's
the
no one
East.
cares.
Let's do
Alright.
the East.
All right, Ted, you want to?
Yo, say it fast though.
Yeah, I'll go.
Say it fast.
Okay, wait. I gotta look at this a little bit.
Okay, I'll say mine then. So East.
Yeah.
Bucks,
Why don't you
Raptors,
start? Why don't you start?
Bucks 1, Raptors, then Celtics, then Heat 4, 5 76ers, Pacers 6, Magic 7, Nets 8. So I think Nets hold it. I think Nets barely hang on. I think their lead's a little too big.
I'm
Look at
looking
the
at the standings right
look at
now.
the standings. I think they hold on. They have like a 6-game.
I
they-
looked at the standings. They have a
Wizards are-
6-game lead, and
The
I'm
Wizards are
convinced.
5.5 back.
I'm convinced that I could make the Nets team right now. I mean, that's a joke, obviously.
Dude, no,
but
the Nets, dude.
Nets
But
are
like
gonna
in
be
the regular season, when Kyrie was out, they were doing pretty well.
Yeah, but they have.
that's
Even
with
though he was
Jared
stepping up.
Allen.
They have
That's
no
with DeAndre Jordan.
they have no
Sometimes.
They also have
That's
Jamal.
with- That's with Spencer Dinwiddie. I'm pretty sure he's not in Orlando. I think
Yeah,
it's
he's
just
right.
LeVert.
Wait, what?
So Dinwiddie's there.
Yeah.
I think.
No, I think Dinwiddie's out.
I don't think Dinwiddie's
No.
there.
No, he got COVID. Okay.
Michael Beasley. They
Oh.
signed Michael Beasley, and he's not there. Torian Prince isn't there either. So Chris.
Yeah, but
Shields-
are the Wizards really gonna move up though? Are the Wizards?
Yo, Bradley
They're
Beal
5.5
is
back.
Bradley
Wizards are
Beal is
five.
the
They're-
second in the league in scoring right now. Are you telling me he's not gonna go as hard as he can to make a playoff spot right
Okay,
I think
he
he
is,
will,
but
but
they're
it's
5.5 games back, and they're only 8
It's
games.
unsurmountable.
That's so hard. Even like. Bro,
I'm
you see, like-
convinced.
Fine.
Here, I can read through the Nets' remaining schedule right now, and then we can go win-loss.
Okay. Well, for me though, I think
Here,
the
I'm
East
gonna
is-
say.
it's so
wait.
top
Oh,
heavy.
sorry.
It's the first 5 teams obviously are way better, and everyone else is not that good. Like it's basically just Bucks, Raptors, Celtics, Heat, Sixers is the whole division. I think.
Yeah.
I don't see
I agree.
Oladipo making a huge impact on the Pacers.
Yeah, Oladipo, he didn't. He was not very great in the regular season that he played in.
Coming off.
Okay. Wait, I'm
So I
gonna
have
say
the
my
Nets.
standings.
I have the Nets schedule right in front of me.
Okay.
So,
Wait, should I say my standings and then?
here, let me. It's quick. I'll just say
Okay.
this.
Okay. Yeah, go on.
Okay, so Nets, Magic. I go Magic. Nets, Bucks. Kings, Nets. Maybe
L.
the Nets squeak one out.
Nah.
Nets, Wizards. That's an important game.
That's
it's
the
for
game
the
for the
8
8
seed.
Yeah.
right there. That's the game.
And then Nets,
That is
Celtics.
a game.
No chance.
Bro,
And then
I think Nets,
Nets,
hang on to
Clippers.
the
Wait,
6
we should look.
games.
We should look
6
at the
games.
Wizards schedule. Really?
Okay, and actually, I
'Cause
don't
they-
know. Guys, we're going in
Wizards.
really in depth for
Yeah,
the
let's-
Yeah.
for the
let's
third
switch over.
seed. I mean, for the 8th seed and the
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Okay, I'll say my standings now.
Mhm.
Okay, so 1 Bucks, 2 Raptors, 3. I still think that the Celtics are gonna beat out the Heat for the 3rd seed. 4 Heat, 5 Sixers, 6. I mean, it's got to be the Pacers, and then I think Magic 7. And that's 8. Yeah.
All right.
It's not bad.
All right. So after everyone's standings, something that will also be announced pretty soon are the award predictions for the NBA. So personally, although I hate to say it as a LeBron fan, I think Giannis will take home the MVP. I think Ja obviously will take home Rookie of the Year. He was
Well,
outstanding, and
maybe
he
not obvious.
and he led the Grizzlies to a possible playoff berth, even though I don't think they'll get it. Most improved player, I went Bam, like from just an energy guy off the bench, like behind Whiteside. He went to like, was he an all-star starter? I don't think he was.
I don't think he was a starter, but
But
he made the team.
he's been great this year, and even Jimmy Butler was like, oh yeah, he's the reason we're winning, which I fully agree with. And then 6th man of the year, I'm sorry Jacob, no Lou Will, I'm going with Dennis Schroeder. 19
Or
points off-
Trez. No Lou Will, no Trez.
No Lou
All right.
Will, no Trez.
I agree with Schroeder.
Dennis Schroeder, 19 points a game off the bench. With the starting guards that they have, that's very, very impressive. He's also averaging 4 assists with Chris Paul and Shea on the team. Well, Shea's not an amazing playmaker, but you know Chris Paul, obviously, with his great passing. So those are my award predictions. All right, anyone want to?
Coach of the year?
Oh, Coach of the Year, I have Billy Donovan for the Thunder because they were projected, I'm pretty sure, 15 or 16 wins or something at the beginning of the season, and they have a chance to get the 4 seed in the West. So, yeah, that's
Wait, when did the awards get announced again?
I'm pretty sure, like during the finals. I don't know.
During
Or
the
maybe.
fi-
Oh no,
okay.
no, it's after. It's because it's an award
Yeah.
show. So I think they'll announce it
Yeah,
after
Well,
the season.
I agree with the
I
Giannis
think it's-
point.
Jacob cut out.
Okay, so can I say my award predictions?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, yeah, I hate to say it. LeBron, like, I want him to get it, but I think Giannis definitely deserves it because he's having an even better year than he had last year. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Stat-wise and like the record's insane. But then Rookie of the Year, I think Zion might get it, but I think Ja obviously has it right now. Like if nothing changes, kind of. But if the Pelicans get the 8th seed, I think Zion deserves it personally, just because like they're 19-10 since he came back, and that's like pretty insane. It went from a 37% win percentage to like a 45, I think, which is pretty good. And that would be kind of crazy, right? It just don't you feel like I just feel like an energy is just kind of like way added to the Pelicans ever since Zion came. I think everybody knows that too.
I mean, with a player like Zion, like that hype is gonna come. So I think he was just a huge morality boost for them because no one wanted to watch the Pelicans without Zion. Even with Brandon Ingram having an all-star season, Jrue Holiday, Lonzo even.
Yeah, that's true. I think Bam definitely deserves it. I feel like just because like Brandon Ingram, he is a different player, but like he's averaging only like I think 6 points more than he did last season, and like he's good, but his team's also like pretty insane. With Lonzo, at your point, you're gonna score, and then like Bam, just a totally different player. He's just the backbone of the Heat right now, and that's pretty big improvement from just doing like playing a role player to like carrying the team in a way.
Yeah, okay. MVP, Giannis is the pick. Rookie of the Year, I love Ja, but I think especially if the Pelicans make the playoffs, I think Zion. Winning the Lou Williams Tupelu 6-Man of the Year award, I actually have Trez. I think he's been a great energy booster for the Clippers off the bench this season, averaging over 18 points. And I think like 27 per 36 minutes. And obviously solid 8 boards a game. And most improved player, I think I like Brandon Ingram actually, but a lot of people aren't talking about the Celtics duo of Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, who I also think are in the running for most improved player. Because especially Jason Tatum.
Which one, Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown?
I don't know. I feel like both of them, they're both great. They're both like kind of dark horse options for that.
I don't know, but I feel like they've just gradually got better. It's like
I know, yeah,
because Tatum had that wasted
Tatum
year.
was bad last year. He wasn't good last year.
Well, it's just because of Kyrie. I mean, I love my boy Kyrie, but like,
Kyrie just can't carry a team.
No.
Exactly.
But I mean, I don't know. I feel like they're not getting enough consideration for most improved player. But
that's fair. Who do you got for Coach of the Year though?
Coach of the Year, Nick Nurse.
I knew he was gonna say
I have the Raptors almost as a finals team. I love that team. And,
that's a heavy disagree right there.
I definitely have Nick Nurse.
No, that's completely wrong. If I'm being honest. Completely wrong.
Completely wrong.
How to make me throw up my mouth by what you saying that.
Okay, so for my award races, I think that if LeBron like carries his team and like goes into that mode and he carries them to the finals and like like basically destroys everyone in his path like he usually does, I think that he might be in a good spot for MVP. But as of now, it's looking like Giannis. I mean, he's a beast. He's like,
well, I'm pretty sure the ballots have already been turned in.
Lakers already have the one seed locked.
Yeah. Well, the one takeaway from that too is like MVP's not decided, which it's bullshit. I mean, it's BS. It should be decided on like playoffs included, but for some reason it's not. Yeah. It's like
it doesn't.
Okay, so for MVP, I have Giannis. 30 minutes played. Minutes per game, and he's averaging insane numbers, better than last year, as Alex said earlier. For Rookie of the Year, I want to say Ja, but if Zion makes the 8th seed, I think that the NBA is just going to pick him. Dude, the NBA loves him so much. I feel like they're just going to do it just to do it.
Yeah, they do kind of.
Yeah, like they gave him the easy schedule, all that. They're
give his tout
for him.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. 6-Man of the Year, I also think Dennis Schroeder. He's going crazy. Most improved, I think either Bam or Brandon Ingram is kind of a sleeper.
Oh, sorry to interrupt, but Devontae Graham.
Oh my God.
Hornets. I mean, they're terrible still, but like they got a
that's the only reason why he probably
down there in Charlotte.
Yeah, no, you don't. That's completely wrong, I would say.
Okay. So yeah, either Bam or Brandon Ingram for most improved. Coach of the Year, I think I also think it's going to be Nick Nurse probably. Maybe Eric Spoelstra.
That's a good one too.
Maybe
Yeah,
Eric Spoelstra.
If we're being honest,
Because like considering the team they have, they don't have any. I mean, they don't really have any like superstars. You know, like an AD type, or like maybe like a Luka type, or Damian Lillard, stuff like that. And they're right up there with all of them. Yeah. So.
I mean, Frank Vogel should win it, right? If we're being honest.
Because LeBron's
No, they were
coach.
supposed to be good.
LeBron is the coach of the Lakers,
Exactly.
not Frank.
Well, yeah,
Vogel.
okay, no, Frank Vogel is definitely the coach.
Okay, Frank Vogel is
He's
no
no-
Tyronn Lue.
Yeah, he's no Tyronn
pushover,
Lue.
But
Yeah.
he's
LeBron
LeBron
more of a
definitely
coach
has
than
input.
Tyronn Lue.
No,
yeah,
100%. Like, he should have input.
I mean, he
100%.
brought those good Pacers teams that challenged LeBron in Miami with PG, Danny Granger, Roy Hibbert. I miss those teams. That was a fun team.
Roy Hibbert, bro. Roy Hibbert.
My
Okay.
dad met him.
Okay, am I missing
think
any
it-
awards or am I good?
Do you think if, like, so, I have a question. So, like, for the championship, do you think the shortened season, like, makes an impact on, like, if they, like, does it really count as a win? You know what I mean? Is it legitimate if they actually win the championship?
Okay.
You know,
For you want to go to
Go take it.
I'll
Okay.
take it. You
Okay.
got it right
For-
after, but
for baseball, I don't think the shortened season means as much as I think the expanded playoffs means for baseball, because we have 16 teams in the playoffs this year, which I actually like for the sprint, because teams will get off to slow starts that should be good, but I don't like how if you're the best team, you're still playing way more games than you should be, I think. And I think we could see a team like the Nationals. I think if the Nationals could sneak into the playoffs, I don't think they're a very good team at all, especially offensively. Terrible hitting team. They're like 1-3 now, but I love that 1-2-3 of Scherzer, Strasburg, Corbin, and I think if that gets in the playoffs in a 5-game series, that is so hard to beat. But
I mean, I think for actually baseball and basketball, as much as I want LeBron to get another championship to solidify him even further, in my opinion, as the GOAT, I just don't think it will happen. I think no matter who wins, at what cost, there will always be an asterisk in both sports, in both respective sports that have already started. And in the public eye, I just don't think it will count, which I think is really sad.
I completely disagree.
Yeah, I
must
completely
say.
disagree also.
Okay.
I think that,
Trash
especially
opinion.
for the NBA, I think that it even increases the legitimacy, because like there's no home court advantage, you know, there's none of that. It's just basketball, and it's like you have to overcome all these things,
Yeah.
and you have to adjust. So I think that it even increases the legitimacy, and it's going to be interesting to see, you know,
Yeah,
who pulls it
it's
out.
like-
But yeah.
Interesting.
It's like
I see your
there's some
point.
there's some aspects that are taken away, but there's also like some that are given in a way. It's like the legitimacy of just having a long grinding season is kind of gone, I feel like. But then what you do get with the outcome of that is you get like a player's 100 and like a player's 110%, right, of like just going off and
Yeah.
trying, just like every single player in both sports are going to be trying their hardest, because it's a win sprint now. It's not like a it's a
They're not
sprint,
like
a-
burnt out.
not a-
They're not burnt out from the regular season. They've had
Yeah.
plenty of rest, you know, like injuries. I mean, they've had
Yeah,
plenty of times to recover from their injuries and stuff. So
like,
yeah, I just
these
think
playoffs
I
could be the
really
best-
just think it increases the
best yet.
legitimacy.
yeah.
Mhm.
Speaking of asterisks, we have a fun game over in Houston right now.
Yes, we do.
With the Dodgers playing the Astros. Benches have cleared already with the
Yeah,
COVID
Joe
clearing.
Kelly.
Also, did anyone see that video of the first like manager thrown out? That was pretty funny, where they both put on their masks before
I
they
did
go to
see
yell
that.
at each other.
Yeah,
That's
That
just
was
like
pretty-
they were like all calm,
Yeah.
putting on their
Yeah.
masks, and then
It's
That
like,
was
hold on,
pretty
let me just
funny.
put on my
But- Yeah, but so
All right.
AL,
Continue.
yeah, I think the AL, especially this year, just as far as power rankings go, I honestly think that the Rays are going to be in the World Series. I love the Rays over the Yankees this year.
Bro, I don't see anybody beating the Yankees.
Really?
I have a
Love the
very
Rays.
distinct reason why I don't think the Yankees will make the World Series. Like you saw last year, especially with the Nationals, like Jacob said, Strasburg, Scherzer, Corbin carried them. Like even like I'm sorry, Alex and Jacob, like even at like when they were about to play your Dodgers, I'm like, no way 3 pitchers can get them through the series. They got them through that.
They
series.
did it, yeah.
And then they played St. Louis next, right?
Yeah, which
In the
was
NLDS?
not a good team.
I mean NLCS.
It was not a good
I mean,
yeah,
St. Louis was not
a
great,
good
but
team,
still, they
but-
got them through that series. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
the Astros. We didn't know they were cheating at the time, even though there was speculation by my old boy Trevor Bauer.
Yeah.
They got them through that series. And when you look at the Yankees rotation, it's Cole,
It's
and
thin.
then they
thin.
would have Severino, but then
Yeah,
it's
that's true.
He's
Paxton.
done. Paxton's velocity way down this year.
It is.
Paxton-
I
He
didn't
was
see
throwing,
that.
yeah.
Paxton
I
is
watched
not a
him against the
viable second
Nationals.
option.
He was throwing 99 last couple years. He's a great pitcher. I'm pretty sure I saw a little bit. I'm pretty sure he was down to, low to mid 90s on the fastball, which can make a big difference.
Bro, I just see
Exactly.
James Paxton. I think he can. It's just I think there's no team that can actually like contend with it. There's just big men. You know what I mean? They can just hit home runs back to back to back to back all through the lineup.
Yeah.
And then like
If
what you
if
need
just
to
go through their lineup, it's just
Yeah.
oh my god.
I mean like
Also,
yeah.
first they got Voit, then Urshela at short.
Torres, Glaber. off to
Glaber,
a
yeah.
Torrid start.
Oh my god, yeah. If you just, I'm not gonna go through their whole roster, but
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. But I honestly think the Dodgers are a much better team. Their
Yeah, I
pitching,
don't-
their starting rotation is a lot deeper with Bueller, Kershaw, Wood,
Urias.
Urias, the guy who pitched on opening day,
Yeah, Dustin May.
Dustin
yeah.
May.
Prospect.
And then, I mean, the bullpen is a little bit of a concern, especially since
Bullpen's better this year though.
It's actually been
Little bit.
better this year.
Yeah, no.
But
But their
Joe
offensive
Kelly-
firepower, especially
Is
if
so
Mookie
good.
can channel a little bit of that 2018 magic,
Yeah.
I think they're borderline unstoppable.
Yeah.
But
Oh, I mean, they're completely
that
unstoppable.
leads me to my next point, which is like, no one expected, especially after Bryce Harper left, no one expected the Nationals to go as far as they did. I think
Yeah.
that's just part of the beauty of baseball, is that sometimes it's just luck. Like in other sports like basketball, almost always, unless something awful happens, like in the Warriors Raptors finals,
yeah.
or it's just injuries, the better team will almost always win. In
Yeah.
baseball, that's
Yeah.
not necessarily true. There's
Yeah.
upsets all the time. People blow 3-0 leads in series, 2-0 leads in series. And so that's why I think you can never count out anyone, especially my Indians, which
No,
is
yeah,
why I have
baseball's
them in
just
the
like
World Series.
You have
Baseball is just such a
Wow.
like an occasion. It's one of the, like it's what makes it so hard. You know what I mean? It's just like
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah,
so
like-
hard to hit a strike that's going like or hit a ball that's going 90 plus miles an hour.
yeah.
And as everybody says, like if you fail only 7 times out of 10, you're a good
Yeah.
player,
And
right?
even if you
That's
hit it
crazy.
hard, as I was
That's
watching the
crazy.
Dodger game, repeatedly, loud out after loud out,
Yeah.
especially, which is why I hate the shift. This year especially, I feel like we have too much data incorporated that it's just almost impossible for these guys to get base
Yeah.
hits.
And the Astros cheat also.
Okay. I have a very strong feeling on the shift. I said if guys are being paid hundreds of millions of dollars to play baseball, I'm not saying it's not hard to not hit,
Yeah,
but you have to be able to like hit it the opposite way.
yeah,
Like you cannot be that aggressive of a pull hitter where teams literally like the third baseman is at short or maybe even further. So like it's just stupid that people want to outlaw the shift because it makes the game more like it slows the game down, I guess. But that's just baseball. Like you
Yeah,
got
I agree with you on
adjust.
that.
You just gotta adjust.
Yeah, I agree. It's
Exactly.
like there's a new rule this year. Like a reliever has to face at least 3 batters, and it's like
Oh, I didn't know about that. That's
No, yeah, it's
stupid.
a thing.
huge change.
Yeah. So it's like we can't just bring in one guy. It's like it's less strategy. It's more checkers now than chess. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Which it's less strategy, but you can still kind of have that feeling what the Giants did to the Dodgers in that 4-game series where they just repeatedly switch pitchers, which is another reason I love the Rays because they have so much pitching depth that I feel like with all the tape that they have, it's so hard to hit 100 miles an hour. So in the race, have so many guys that can throw that hard, and they can just keep swapping in guys that are repeatedly throwing gas at you all game, but each ball is moving so differently because they have so many different pitchers, which is why I like the Rays over the Yankees, especially with righties like Nick Anderson, Tyler Glasnow, who can get out those Stanton and Judge, even if those guys are healthy, which they might not be because they get hurt every year.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but Judge hasn't been great in the playoffs. Like, I remember watching him. I didn't watch much of the playoffs last year, but the year before that, when the Indians blow a 2-0 lead in the ALDS, he was like 1 for 20 or something like that in that series. He was bad, and he struck out a lot. I'm pretty sure that was his rookie season, though, so that might be why. But he's still a little bit undisciplined at the plate.
I love the 100-mile-an-hour fastballs against guys like Judge and huge guys like Judge and Stanton who take a long time to get the bat around.
I mean, John Stanton he gets around the ball super fast.
Yeah, that's true. He would just.
I think Judge Stanton's always been better than Judge.
Parts. Yeah.
I mean, Stanton he doesn't even use his legs really. He's just like freaking.
He just kind of turns.
He just turns with his upper body. I mean, you can if you can bench 400 pounds or something like that.
Yeah, he's crazy.
It's insane. Yeah. But yeah, baseball's just. I mean, that's why it's so baseball's just a hard sport. It's
such a hard sport.
It's such like a what is it a momentum game, I guess. What is it?
Yeah, it totally is.
It's just you can. It's a hot and cold game, right? If you're good for 5, you can be good for 5 games and almost win MVP, and the next season you're trash.
Yeah, baseball is definitely the streakiest sport in my opinion.
You don't see, or most of the cases you don't see NBA players, or it's a lot less common for an NBA player to unless you're Isaiah Thomas, have 30 points one season, and then 13 points the next. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
or Kuzma, who scores 25. And then he scores 6.
He hates Kuzma.
Yeah, I hate Kuzma. I do.
He's
sorry, Kuzma. If you're watching this, I'm sorry. Okay, wait, but what you guys said earlier about baseball being hard to play, that brings us to our next topic, which is, what are the hardest sports to play, ranked?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who wants to start us up, Max?
I'll start us off.
Right,
I only wrote 3, but I have 4. I'll go 4 actually, because I thought of one later. All right, I think 4th is ice hockey. Oh my god, the physical. I've never played it because I can't skate, and but oh my god, the physical toll that must take, especially with the checking and the precision and focus you need to have amidst all that physicality, is kind of ridiculous. And so that's why I have hockey at my number 4. 3 is boxing for me, especially
boxing's my 1.
Especially the preparation for boxing. Have you seen the Creed, the last Creed movie? That's insane. I know that's probably dramatization a little bit, but
bro, those boxing guys just have a different mentality too.
And then I watched the Tyson Fury Wild? No, who is it?
Wilder Fury.
Wilder.
Yeah, Wilder.
Yeah,
I knew it was Wilder, but I saw I think in the second round, Fury popped Wilder in the head, and then burst his eardrum. And then he was kind of swaying the whole time because it knocked off his balance. Imagine having to stay on your feet after having your eardrum burst.
Yeah, bro, those boxing guys, guys just have a way different mentality. It's
exactly.
And those MMA guys, there's a reason why you always see those guys getting fights in real life. You know what I mean? They're just fighters off the street. It's so impressive.
Also, another point for boxing and just martial arts fighting in general is the weight gain and weight loss that they have to do before you changing weight classes. I've seen some YouTube videos of the most grueling weight losses, and it's people show up to their weigh-ins emaciated.
Yeah,
it's
like
crazy.
Bro, I saw
Like they
McGregor
can
gained
barely
like 12
stand and everything, and then they
pounds.
still have to fight. It's crazy.
Yeah, like McGregor gained, like before a fight, I saw on ESPN one time, he gained 12 pounds before a fight, like in like a couple of days. Like
And he's also
Some-
lost. He's also lost a crazy amount. Like
I know, like
I forget
some
which
guy-
fight, but like he showed up to the weigh-in looking like a skeleton.
Bro, some
Like-
guy like gained like 8 pounds or lost 8 pounds in like 40 minutes, which is just, I mean, he lost the fight obviously because that's just like shouldn't be
Yeah.
possible.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, they just like go
insane
back
the
to
weight
like
cut.
Mhm.
the I don't know what they call it in boxing, but like the locker room or whatever, and then they just like use their methods. I don't know.
Yeah, like they
Yeah.
sweat.
But it's
or, like,
crazy.
All
They
right,
just
and-
sweat all the
For
way off.
Yeah.
my hardest sports, I actually have.
Well,
I
I'm not
kind of
done
tried
yet,
to
Jacob.
think of. Oh, you're not. Okay.
No, my 2 is water polo. Jacob will like that.
Oh, that's
That's
no,
my one, but
I completely
Yeah.
disagree with that.
Treading water for that long,
You ever
and
played water
especially
polo?
with the physicality of water polo, like I can't imagine how hard that would be. Like I've played like fooling around water polo, like in the pool, like with my brother and like other friends and stuff. But yeah, that's hard. It's tiring.
I can
And
name
having
like
to
18 other sports that are hard. Okay, let's
Okay,
just go
but
through
my
this.
one spot, in
Gymnastics.
my opinion, is far above the others, and that's football. The mental and physical toll that it like puts your body through is, I think, unparalleled. Because you like you're hit. It's like it's an impact sport, so you got to hit people every single day, and I think in addition to learning plays, like especially if you're a quarterback, like being able to read what's in front of you, I think you got to have the perfect combination of strength and willpower combined with IQ and like being able to perform under pressure. So that's why I think football is the hardest sport to play.
Yeah.
Okay. I separated mine into physical, hard to play physically, hard to play mentally. Obviously, they're going to be both, but for number one, I had the 2 main sports that I play, but for 3, I had boxing physically. It's so tough. Those guys are crazy. For 2, physically, I would probably, actually, I had boxing 2 and ice hockey at 3, physically. Boxing 2. And then I have water polo at 1. And here's why. Water polo is literally, it's an impact sport. Imagine combining basketball with the aggression of ice hockey while swimming the entire time for 40 minutes. It's so tough. And the guys who do it at that high of a level are insanely good athletes. But mentally, I think the hardest sport is baseball because it's just so hard to keep your composure because baseball is the only really sport where you can do something really well and still fail at it. Like, for example, Mariano Rivera, 2001, throws a great cutter, jams Luis Gonzalez, punches a base hit to center field, bang, Arizona wins the World Series. And they probably shouldn't have based off. Like, it almost feels like if that was basketball, that ball would have been shot and it would have gone in because it was such a good attempt, good result. Which basketball is obviously a very hard sport to play as well, but it's just a different game mentally, I feel like, than baseball is.
Yeah, I get that. In my opinion, I just think like MMA is just like there's no like, I feel like that just has to be the hardest sport, right? It's just like so just mentally and physically. Like you're literally, if you see some of the pictures, right? It's just like some guy just misses his lip after a fight, or just some girl just has a different shape figure. You know what I mean? A head figure. If you see that
Did you
one
see
picture that ESPN
what-
posted.
Yeah. Like where she looks like Megamind.
She looks like
That one,
Megamind,
right?
bro. I don't want to
Yeah.
look like Megamind
Like
after a baseball
that
game.
I looked at that. That's scary. That is so scary.
Like those guys, I mean, and girls, like literally, or women and men, literally like, or warriors and like modern day gladiators. It's insane, right? And then number 2, ice hockey. And then my way down my list, around like 86, is probably water polo.
How?
I would say that's like super easy.
How? That makes no sense.
I can name so many other sports. Okay, gymnastics is obviously harder than water polo.
Not physically, not
Yes, it is.
stamina
Are you-
wise.
are you
not
kidding?
stamina wise.
Do you have any
Not
idea what they have to go
stamina-wise.
through, like training wise in gymnastics? What they have to go through mentally?
There's no way you have to have better
Documentaries?
stamina to
You're,
play
an ig-
gymnastics
you're,
than
you're
water
just an
polo.
ignorant
Okay,
water
okay.
polo frat boy, Jacob. Okay, let me go on. What else is harder? Skiing. Like it's
No.
like the that skiing, like the is it alpine? Is that what it's called? Alpine
Downhill.
skiing.
Alex,
That's
when's the
insane.
last time you
Insane.
swam for 40 minutes straight?
Okay,
What do you mean?
let's
I
step
do
away
that-
from
I
the
did that when I
water
was
polo,
5.
guys.
Yeah,
Let's step
okay.
away from the
Let's
water
ta-
polo.
yeah.
Wrestling's way harder.
Okay. What's your number?
Baseball.
Oh, you said your number one's MMA.
Yeah, MMA.
So it
Ice
looks like-
hockey.
It looks like we have a consensus that boxing and MMA and just fighting in general does not sound like an
Yeah.
enjoyable task for all of us.
So at my number one, I think it's gotta. I'm just gonna lump them all together because I think it's like martial arts, fighting, boxing, all that stuff. UFC. That's probably my number one. Number two, I think, is rugby because it's football without pads, dude. Like and it's even like more complicated because of all the lateral passes and all that stuff. So it's even more like mentally challenging, I would imagine. I mean, I've never played before, but like that just seems crazy to me. Like two people like just like hitting each other as hard as they can with full force with no pads on, and like that's crazy. And then I'm just gonna, as the third one, maybe like racing.
What
like,
What?
Like,
Water
Like
polo.
NASCAR.
Like NASCAR?
dude, think about it, like
you
mentally.
turn
No,
left.
Okay,
Bro.
Teddy,
But like, dude, there's cars like crashing all around you. Like, you have to like keep your composure.
crashes aren't that common, bro.
I'm convinced after 2 weeks, I could get around a track 400 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like also 400 times, dude. Like, you have to do the same
Bro,
thing.
like rugby?
That's crazy.
Have
Do
you
you know
seen
how
rugby?
do you know how much money like those guys get? Have you seen Logan Lucky, the movie?
Great movie. Great movie.
Great movie. They basically rob a race like a racing event. That's
Wait,
sick.
Yeah, very, very good.
I have a
And
real
then
question.
probably 4 and 5 is ice hockey and basketball. I mean, and football. Sorry.
Can I ask one last question?
Yes.
Okay, who do you think wins in the fight? Adam Sandler or Bol Bol?
Adam
Bol
Sandler.
Bol
Easy.
whooping him.
Adam
Bol
Sandler.
Bol is
easy.
whooping him.
No,
bro.
in the Water Boy.
Reach, bro.
Adam Sandler from the Water Boy.
Adam
Bobby,
Sandler.
you should have said Bobby Boucher.
Bobby Boucher.
Adam Sandler.
Dude.
Bol
You know
Bol
Bol
is
Bol's dad
is-
killed a lion, right?
Bol Bol's is 7'7", 100 pounds.
What?
He is legitimately
208 pounds, and he's
100
7'2".
pounds.
He's 208
7'7".
I
pounds.
know
and
we're
he's 7'2".
talking about Bobby Boucher, but I shook Adam Sandler's hand in 8th grade when he
Is it a
toured our
girthy
school.
I
hand?
talked to him at a bar mitzvah.
Is it a
And
girthy hand?
he is literally 5'2". I towered above him in 8th grade.
Yeah, he is small.
He is very small.
Bro,
and
he has
wears
that- look
weird
at-
clothes.
Adam
Bro, if Adam
Sandler-
Sandler gets the inside game,
If
it's
anybody has Mamba mentality, it's Adam Sandler.
have you seen him play
Okay.
ball?
Right now.
And-
Have you seen Adam Sandler play basketball?
Okay.
Yeah,
Alex.
he's a baller, dude.
His passes
he is a
like
baller. I can't lie.
Lonzo.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right,
I
boys.
think we should end it on that note, on the Adam
So-
Sandler note.
So with that said, Bol Bol or Adam Sandler, let us know. Comment section, text us.
Yeah, put it in the comments below.
If you guys have any ideas of what we should discuss next or what do you want us to talk about, it could be sports, could be music, could be literally anything. We'll debate it. It's been really fun. Anything you guys want to say?
It was a fun
Um,
first podcast.
It was
Yeah.
a fun first podcast.
Lakers,
I know
uh,
there's probably like 3 people watching this.
Mhm.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna tell my parents the name of the podcast, bro.
I don't know if
Alright.
anybody's gonna listen this deep, but hey, if you are,
Alright.
respect.